tell the fur with the actual color, right? Because if I put too many lines, it'll look kind of weird, right? Huh?
Yeah.
This feels like it shouldn't be this.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ruin these places by just going over the top of them.
Woo!
So yeah, that was it tech or text?
Text speak. It's
Okay,
not text to speak. It's text dash speak.
Okay.
Text speak.
I'm just trying to make sure because the thing is, tech could work as well.
I know. I thought it was text speech to text, or text to speech, but it's honest to God, text speak is actually an English term for
phone talk. That's about it. Like, I don't know. I never understood who would try that. I mean, who was stupid enough to think that was okay?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like that makes sense, but it's like, I didn't. Oh, it's not enter. Oops. Okay. It's like R-U-D to.
Why you got to be texty? But there's also Leet. Leet would also count for that. Leet.
I got really simplistic at the end there, but yeah, Leet. Now, there's like simple level Leets where it's just like, 1337 bullcrap. Everyone does that one. Everyone knows that one. But there are like some intense elitists out there, that are willing to go, because the reason why Leet exists is to get around chat filters so you can curse through the filter. So, they would do things like make oh, I did that because I hit shift. They'd do things like make an M like that. Oh, I did a slash command because of that. So, they do things like that to make an M, or they'd use equal signs and other things like that. They'd get really fancy and extreme. And it was like watching an Haskell code art piece to make words that go through the filter. See, just because...
That's an M.
Yeah, that's a better M.
And then you find out that's an actual M. It's like, yeah, they just get creative as shit with it.
Yeah, they do. They like know all these weird ways to make these letters so that they can get around simple systems. It makes sense during really, really strict places that, things like simple words might not get through.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of what could, let's say, for all randomness, that word...
one's actually on quite a few word filters, I've noticed.
It makes sense. I can understand why. I've always felt a little bit edgy about saying that word myself, but...
I do, but I felt, because there's times where I have to...
like, that's what they are. You can't really...
Yeah, but there's times where I try to explain that I'm half Jewish, and it's just like, it's blocked, and I'm like...
Then you have to learn Leet speak so you can tell them.
Exactly. Freaking bungles, that's what they are.
It's so weird, though, that it's, like, controlled like it is.
What do you mean
I'm not sure if this is the smartest idea. Like, it's just weird that it would get blocked like that,
Oh, yeah.
Because the Jewish people refer to themselves as Jew sometimes. Usually they say Jewish.
You mean just like, yeah, okay.
But, I mean, when you short-term your own name, like, I don't know. I don't know where it would apply in another way, because I'm like thinking of like Catholic or Christ or something, but like that doesn't really play out.
They call themselves Christ.
There's no short term of it. They call themselves the Chris's.
They call them Chris.
We follow the great savior Chris. I'm like, that's convenient.
Oh shit! Oh shit! It's 99% done. It's taking all my bandwidth. It's like, Aven, I know you're doing something, but... Give me... Wait, what is the Kanye thing again? I know you're doing something.
What?
What is the Kanye thing?
Oh, I'm gonna let you finish, but...
Aven, I'm gonna let you finish, but... I'm going to get this game done here real quick using all your bandwidth. Turn into a robotic voice.
As it starts corrupting you.
Damn, that took fucking hour to download. Yeah, exactly. I was downloading it from a government server.
Oh, good God. They know where you are now.
Oh, look at that. Chris sounds so clear and crisp now.
Did it finish?
Yeah, it finished. It really was like bandwagging. Yeah, whatever.
I feel like you need to look into your bandwidth and get it upgraded or something.
Freaking we have the same goddamn thing.
I'm not sure. I've multitask hardcore on this. I could run this server, WoW server, and
play WoW.
You know, I could still Skype to people perfectly clear.
And Skype and like upload a video.
I'd be uploading too to the YouTube, yeah. To the YouTubes.
To the tubes.
To the YouTubles. Uploading to them, you know. When they least expect it.
During the traffic bit. When other people are accessing the servers and you know, I don't think I've experienced that too much now.
What?
High trafficking during rush hours.
To what?
Other than like freaking Final Fantasy, because for some reason.
Oh, you mean downtime because there's so many people in places?
Because traffic's so
or
high.
Like, so just a bunch of lag and stuff.
A lot of lag because traffic is high. Because you know, there's points where people get off work in school.
Yeah, I don't really.
Where traffic
I don't
is
think
high.
I've seen that too much myself.
I know that because we live in an excellent society. I love this place.
An excellent society where there's no one there.
Where our internet's.
That's the benefit.
You even hear Obama. He was like, we. Even Obama was like, we need to have the fastest internet. And I was like, fuck yeah.
He's right. I mean, freaking without the internet, we're a box. God, I need more redstone energy conduits. Oh my God. God, these bees taking their sweet time coming into existence. However, I think I'll call it with that. I'll probably just push around some bees and just make some room. Be all simple like. Alright, now, to make an energy conduit, I think I've got electrum right now. I think I need,
I heard a cock.
Heavier glass. So I need obsidian and lead.
I love this phone, Chris. I love it. I really do love it.
What?
I love the phone. I love phone, the smartphone. Now that it has actual internet access to the go. It's just like
it's pretty cool.
I understand why Luis never put his down.
No, don't you dare. I think you need to shut up. You don't know what you're talking about anymore.
Just because it really does feel like a mobile computer, but at the same time, it's lacking so much.
That's just it, though. He's consumed by the people on it, though. Like, he doesn't love his phone so much as he loves the ability it gives him to talk to people 24/7.
Yeah, I know that, but it also has other things, like, I don't know. This is technology I did not grow up with. I mean, this is really fucking amazing in my book. I mean, for one, touchscreen blew my fucking mind. Literally blew my mind. I was just like, well, you could touch the fucking screen? I mean, you gotta imagine, we grew up without it for so long.
You know, it's odd. I don't think I was ever really amazed by touchscreen. It just kind of was.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I accepted it too at first, but then I wouldn't even really think
about it. It's pretty cool, and it's like, oh, that's interesting that it can do that, but it never felt that mind-blowing, you know?
Oh, precisely. But then you reflect to when it first came out, which was the iPod Touch. I mean, yes, it existed beforehand, but not really marketable too well to the general public, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then that was the first leap forward. And in my book, I thought it was cool, really badass cool, because I was like, oh, I could draw with this, like doodles. But
Oodles and oodles of doodles.
after time
While
and
eating
time
noodles.
of generally being an artist, I really have come to greatly appreciate the efficiency of this technology.
Yeah, it's very important to artist stuff because it's the ability to interact with something that's not just a sheet of paper, which you have to just keep erasing in the event something's slightly off, and having the control and manipulation that you do with a pen.
I mean, freaking, I think either your parents or your grandparents are like, you don't know how privileged you are, and it's like, yeah, I really don't. But this touchscreen makes me know how privileged I am. It's like, people in other countries, they ain't got this shit. I love it. China? No, they ain't got this. They make it.
This kind of like goes back to that that Microsoft 3D holographic glasses, because they in their ad they show an artist actually using it to build a bike or whatnot, and they've got their 3D model on their left.
Weird.
While they're editing on their right, and then they bring it into the real world and they just kind of overlay it over the actual object and then modify it in real time. And I think to myself, that would be pretty cool, but I don't know how easy and intuitive it's going to be.
Do you even know the name of it?
Let me hold up.
Hold on.
HoloLens. It's really simple, apparently. But so Microsoft HoloLens. That's the device. You're gonna watch that fancy ad that I've seen 50 times.
Shit. Did they actually consider people with glasses with this product? Yes, it did. Apparently,
it's one of those dependent things. I'm sure that you can wear glasses and still work. It's tough. It's tough to say. Mind you, I know that this is one of those. It's just like how they did with Kinect, in that they show you something that's amazing, and that's what they want to do. That's their goal, but that's not what they're capable of.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing you got to know, is that this is what they expect for their technology to expand into, not that it is. So you can't be buying these glasses and expecting, everything's going to change. It changes everything.
It changes.
It doesn't.
Everything.
Not until another few decades goes by. Decades go by, and still he's playing this Halo game. And he leaves.
I still look forward to accent wear, like the cat ears, the headphones, 170s.
Access wear?
Accent. Accent. But 170 is a bit much. I mean, $100? The fuck is that? Is that yours?
What is what?
I heard a ping, because Alexa and I have we both have the same fucking annoying.
I don't have any pinging or anything.
No. She and I have the same fucking ringtone for messages. So I heard a ping and I'm like, whose is that?
You can't have the same ringtone as I do for messages.
No, for Alexa's is. She has.
Oh.
I'm surprised about this because I.
Oh, you mean the notification sound?
Yes.
Okay, that's different.
Because like I have Samsung, she has Apple, and I'm like, how the fuck is this even possible?
I think it's just a generic sound that's universal, So what is this accent wear? Is this
It's just cat ear headphones? Because the cat ears actually have speakers inside them that actually generate.
Oh, I see.
And
I came across an interesting thing that is like it was cat ears that you wear that have like some sort of scanner, like maybe an EEG kind of device, so it can scan your thoughts a little bit and tell your emotions, and then the ears move dependent on your emotions. I thought it was kind of interesting. Like if you were sad or something, they would curl down.
Or when you're annoyed, they twitch like fucking hell.
And I thought it was really cool, but it's like it's one of those like just little side features that no one's really going to be interested in.
Yeah,
but it's cool. It's something that it's kind of a gimmick,
Well,
you want it just to have it and say you got it and see it work, but then you know it's not practical.
All right, what is technology in the aspect of a product?
What do you mean?
Well, technology in the access of in the sense of a product like your phone, it involves buttons, a screen that has, of course, evolved over the years. Buttons themselves have evolved over the years. The screen, the technology of touchscreen, the technology of processors instead of just pure RAM. I mean, a motherboard without a processor and a brain, it could be just like closed circuit without a processor. Like, it's just several forms of technology. So yes, it's a technology that on its own doesn't seem too resourceful, though if you apply it to fuck it, I'm trying to increase my vocabulary here. When you incorporate it with other, I'm going to use incorporate. Yeah, if you incorporate it with accent, if you accent it with other technologies, then it becomes a beautiful thing. But until then, on its own, it's not really useful. Like, you don't see iPhone, you don't see Apple saying, oh, here's this touchscreen that you could apply to anything, and pray to God it fucking works. No, they actually applied it to a device first, and then it became resourceful.
Well, yeah, but in this case, it doesn't really make as much sense because it's really not the first of its kind. That's the thing.
It's equivalent to saying if your person's lying or not.
What it has going on, like, it's the fact that it does what it does with the ears and shows emotions is interesting, but that's all it'll ever be. Whereas there is a device out there called Emotive, EMOTIV, I believe. And what it is it's an EEG machine-like headpiece that you can wear and control your computer without a mouse or a keyboard. They're still working on it, and I look forward to seeing that one come out, but it's a more practical application of such a device and ability, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why. Whereas these ears are just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And thus won't really sell so much as that headpiece would. Why is this not working?
I mean, overall, I was just complimenting technologies of EEG. God damn it, Chris.
I know where you're going.
You just applied it to caddies
I want
instead of fucking computers.
I want you to understand that this is being used full on gimmick. It's not really being used in a position that would make it really that scientific, and it's something that people would want to expand.
So one thing that I do have to admit, though, is if it does pick up regularity. Yeah, if it picks up regularity.
Making sure we're talking about like regular eddies or something, because I think eddies is a terminology for things like this.
All right, if it picks up emotion, or at least picks up. No, I'm not referring to the actual device, but the encoding of it. If it actually picks up the regularity of certain aspects of an individual, it might be able to increase the personification. No, not personification. Personal. It might increase the personalization of software. If it starts, you know what I mean? Like voice chat. How difficult was it in the beginning for a speaker to understand what the fuck you just said? You know, if you spoke into a mic, how hard did the computer have to think to understand what you just said?
It's pretty difficult back when.
I mean, I watched a document on it, called like a 5-minute document on it, and it was really difficult. Like, I believe it was hosted by Google. And it was, it wasn't until like an individual that came up with the actual logarithm that actually developed how the computer actually interprets it. So, my point is, if you increase the ability of how software is capable of interpreting information, the greater use it becomes later. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not completely bashing this up project, because there's good and evil in fucking everything. like.
Well, I mean, I'm not bashing the
terrorism,
the ears thing, because I understand.
Like, for one, they're bad because they're assholes, real bad assholes that I don't mind doing things for. But two, they keep me employed, and three, they also get rid of the dumbasses in life. So, bam. Those people who are so extreme that they would literally leave country and family, a nice secure job, to literally fight. No, I wouldn't even say fight anymore, because right now it just seems like it's just complete bullshit. It really does seem like complete bullshit. Like what Ukraine was, that's fighting. What I think freaking is happening in the Middle East, not so much. Like, go suck a cock and die. Because honest God, I'm just like, that's not fighting anymore. You're just being a huge ass dick. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like it's literally terror that you're doing. Literally doing terrorism. It's not fighting. You're just freaking going up to you're having people leave towns, leaving their homes over stupid acts. Mm. Like, literally, you went into freaking Paris and killed people just because they depicted. They used satire and you took it serious. You know what I mean? Yes. Yeah. In my book, we are getting rid of the dumbasses. Because honest to God, fucking, what in God's name makes you want to be in combat? There's a slight devil's attraction to combat, though, I must admit. There's just something odd about it for males. Because when Egypt was ruled by women, they had the largest amount of trade they've ever had, but their expeditions most of their expeditions came from males. So it's very interesting that males have this somewhat fatal attraction to combat action of the sort. And that's what I feel really, really, really sorry for.
Well, it's the thing with I think how we were raised throughout all these generations and whatnot, is that the men were expected to defend. Like, it was kind of bred into us.
Yeah. But
these days, there's a lot more changes because of the fact that we've spent so long in a different kind of world, So I think it's naturally kind of changing.
I mean, you know what a jihad is, right? The actual definition of a jihad. I mean, not freaking.
No, I don't know the definition.
The definition of a jihad is an individual. What is it? It's an individual who that does a religious duty. So, if you're a priest, you do your priest duty. If you're a religious fighter, you do your religious fighting. If you're a nun, you do your nun. If your religious duty is to be a commoner and work and give donations, 2.5% of your income to poverty, and do your best as an individual, that's you're doing your jihad. You're doing your religious duty. So in my book, I understand that you can't be taking our how we perceive things and apply it to other people. Like they are, in their mind's eye, see themselves equivalent to as samurais. Let me just tell you the story of the samurai. So a samurai was giving, the ancient Japanese warrior was given a task to avenge the death of his lord, right? Mm. And he hunted down the man that did the act. He cornered him, and as he drew his blade, the man spat into the samurai's face. that samurai shielded his sword and walked away. Why is that? I'm just kidding.
It's because he didn't have any honor.
Oh yes, I see where you're going. But it's honest to God, it's because he would have killed the man in anger and not of his not of his duty.
Mm-hmm.
So there's duty. It's very, very interesting on how people perceive it, and Issel is pretty much just nothing but a gigantic gang in my book, a warlord. They just use it as a means of moral support, a duty, to make sure that everyone stays in line. Because after a while, do you think they really want to still be in combat after fucking so long?
Who, the religious? The what?
Let's see. The young Europeans fleeing their country to join Islam. Not those who are already there.
Oh, do you think they want to live in that world forever kind of thing?
Yeah, like, what do you think? How do you perceive it? Because I
have no idea. I think that the people joining them to fight are just idiots.
Because it's equivalent to, what is it? To Russian saying, not Russian, Irish saying. It's like, is this a fight? I mean, is this a fight? Is this fight exclusive, or can anyone join? And it was towards like a boxing match or something like that. I don't fucking know. It's an Irish saying. So that's how I'm perceiving it. It's just like young men wanting to fight. They want action in their life, and that's how they feel.
I think they're going the wrong way for action because they're gonna get killed.
Yeah.
It seems like a bad form of action. It's like there's action, like we rode a bike off of a cliff. Okay, at least you were doing something
putting a fork in the microwave.
Didn't necessarily guarantee your death. But now it's like you're going to war. You're gonna die. This isn't a chance. Well, actually, it is a chance. It's just very low that you'll live. Yeah,
especially with those health conditions. I mean, like, what happens if you get hurt? Huh? I mean, you just take one to the shoulder. You're gonna die from infection.
Exactly.
Or like malnutrition.
Knows how to do anything?
It's like you're not gonna get the proper food there. You're not gonna. And how do you know those are like like-minded individuals? It could be complete. You know, they're praising you with all good stuff, but then after a while they just drop it. And it's like,
see what you need to do.
They literally sound like a gang.
See what you do is you get the is right, and then you create a subsection of is that are against the is in the is.
I think that's what every government agency has been trying to do.
It's like we'll call them the CC.
Oh shit!
And then the is will be infected by CC. And it'll be beautiful.
It's like, isn't that what every country's trying to do?
I have no idea.
I mean,
I don't know what anyone's doing for this.
What about like the two Asians there? Two Japanese? Was it Japanese? No, it was Chinese. Yeah, the two Chinese that were captured by them recently.
No idea.
There were two Chinese agents. There was two. Was it Russians? I believe there was 2 Russians, 2 Americans, and 2 Chinese that were caught by ISIL and executed on, of course, on recording, because I don't know how the fuck they spread that about anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's just, what was really dissatisfying was that they actually had like a 10-year-old boy kill the 2 Russians. And it's just like, what's wrong with you guys? Savages.
I can't even make these appears. I'll have to make more bronze or something. Actually, I know how to make bronze. I just, Oh. Well, that's pretty easy then, now.
But don't mistake this for, like, saying shit about the Middle East. No. Because there's hard-working people there. There's hard-working people to put up with such conditions and to still have a family, still go to work. You know what I mean? Still, like the Kurds, man, those Kurds fucking, they still do so much. Is honest God, it's the strongest thing I've ever seen. Put up with a family, to hold a family, to hold your family together. There, for as long as you can, is the strongest thing I've ever seen. Because you can't freely get up and move the frick out. Especially with how some migration policies are of other countries. Because apparently America's really lax compared to so many other places.
Yeah. This is going to be a crazy wall.
It's beautiful. What is it?
This is the apiaries. These are all going to have bees that are working, producing honeycombs and being powered and producing bees. And those are all going to go into a system. It's going to be beautiful and terrifying at the same time.
Terrifyingly laggy.
It's not going to be that crazy. I think you're crazy. It's going to take a lot of power, though. This is a massive power sink.
I don't know. Overall, I'm just... As an American soldier, I do my duty, and that's all I do. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking on political morals, but I understand that my enemy is well trained far beyond than I am, and I will not deny that. They are well trained, and for me to underestimate them is just putting myself into death's hand. Because I will say they are hard-working fighters. I do not agree with the cause, but I do know they are young adventurers and very, very formidable. So I respect them as warriors, equivalent warriors. I do respect them as such, and I do respect their duty to do what they believe is right. I do not bash for that. Though, with my eyes, I feel a certain need. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of. It's like friggin' what? So why do you want to go get cancer? Type of question. It's really mixed feelings. You know what I mean? Just,
yeah.
Because I mean,
people
you see,
find the weirdest things to get into wars over.
Yeah, I mean,
like I don't think religion should ever really make it okay to do anything like that.
No, I don't. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like if your religion's asking you to kill yourself, your religion's obviously wrong.
Precisely. Well, it's not wrong, but it does have to go into question.
Of course it's wrong. You're killing yourself.
It needs to go into question here. What else did it ask you to do in your past? I don't think this is the right path to go down. Because, I mean, freaking... It's really interesting.
The reason why I say it would be wrong is because if it can ask you to kill someone else, I don't know why it doesn't ask you to kill yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's so okay to kill yourself, then it's not preserving yours or anyone else's life. It's just purely detrimental.
Yeah. Yeah, precisely. It shows no... I'm not saying it doesn't show... Not for the individual, but for mankind as a whole. It's just like, fuck life. No one cares about it. Type of view.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of weird feeling, you know what I mean? Because before it's just like, soldiers, whatever, no problem. It's their problem. I'm not one of them. That was me like 2009. And it's like, here I am as one. And I'm actually watching the news and taking this stuff serious because I'm involved in it now. Before, when you're not really involved in these changes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. At least it made sense in the past.
It's
People fought over land.
For example.
What happened?
How about gay marriage in Illinois? How participated have you been with that?
not at all.
Exactly. How much do you think Carl was participating with that?
I have no idea.
I don't think it at all, because he's a lazy son of a bitch, but...
It also comes down to the question of marriage. Like, I mean, the only thing I find of true value from marriage is taxes. You get tax breaks and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
There's really no other reasonings to it. I mean, it's like, yeah, you're joining them
You can see
under God and blah, blah, blah.
Well,
but
you
just
can
like,
see
you're
the
just
person inside
together.
the medical room, that's for sure. Like, if you're in the ER, no one can go
Yeah,
back there.
there's
besides
other
your
rules,
spouse.
too, yeah.
There's also legal reasons. For example, what is it? Your wife can't testify against you in court.
Yeah, but these are like I said, these are all like government level things. There's nothing else beyond government for it. So it's more questionable because
Well, there are
one of the
health
reasons why it's
insurance.
defended against
There's
is
also
because
insurance
it's against
plans because of
religious
it.
factors.
There's also insurance plans because of it.
Yeah.
There's also, thank God, family plans aren't legitimately family plans, and they're just land plans, you know what I mean? Because if they were legitimately family plans, there'd be shit out of luck there. I think a lot of people would be shit out of luck, but...
A little bit of weird lag right now. Don't want to just run off the edge. I'm like trying to think on how to do this.
So, my understanding of the local law is because of Carl, but I know he hasn't been that participative. Well, at least I believe he hasn't been that participative in making that reality. He shows.
Although one thing to note as well, well, I guess that visitation stuff's for like just normal doctor stuff, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Like, this isn't just because the way I was thinking of it was when like they were pregnant or whatnot, they'd give birth to the child or whatnot, and you're not allowed to be there during that time, kind of thing.
Everything emergency room. Everything may be medical because you could be in a coma,
because I wasn't thinking about that at first, and if it was that, it wouldn't make sense then because it's just like, well, they're gay, they can't have. That's never going to be an issue.
Well, some have surrogate.
Oh.
Those who can have may decide to have surrogate just for the experience.
Yeah, but the thing is, then that's someone else.
Yes, but
unless of course it's two women, I guess, then that one could work.
I mean, long story short, it doesn't change the fact that they are together.
Yeah. It's chicken. It's chicken. Found chicken.
Chicken.
Smells like chicken.
Well,
Tastes like chicken.
As I was saying, it feels really weird to be a part of such things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To actually know who the Department of Defense is, and to actually take a slight interest in it.
Yeah.
Because it's equivalent to being a union, or being in a union. It's like, I never really thought I was going to be that type to be in one.
Yeah.
But here I is. It's just one of those... It slowly creeps up on you, but you don't really think about it. You just accept. You just accept it at first without really being well aware of it. It's like taking on a full-time job for the first time. You're like, oh yeah, cool. Good money, good hours. And then when you start actually working, you start investing time into the company. You start investing time into your actual place of employment compared to just the overall company. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And when you start making that amount of dedication to it, that's when you start becoming really invested into your career. Even though the career could only be about 2 years.